And hello, Reaper. Thanks for joining the stream. Are we actually control of our lives? Are we actually slaves, simple puppets playing a game that someone else is actually controlling? What, you mean like someone's controlling my life like The Sims? Because if that's the case, can they just go ahead and give me the cheat to give infinite money now? That would be great. That's how you know we're not in a, in a video game where someone else is controlling us, because we don't have unlimited resources. Tunnel quick access. Okay. Makes sense. But hello, Reaper. Thanks for joining the stream. How are you doing today? We are back with Control. We are exploring more of these caves and caverns with our new abilities, which is nice. You're not a thing. You are. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. So we're making our way to the tunnel. And we're picking up lots of different collectibles on the way as well. Yes. Wow, there's another control point here. Okay, interesting. That's fairly close to the last one. Considering the lift is there to be able to do the fast travel stuff anyway. Alright, well, I'm not complaining. Another combat arena? Yeah. Okay. I was wondering whether there were astral spikes coming in. Hello. Really interesting that you can actually, like, grab low health enemies in midair. Right, you die. You die. You die. That's not all of them. There you are. All done? All done. Okay. Let's clear out some of our mods, shall we? Some of the stuff that we don't really need. Alright. Goes better. And then personal mods. Clear out all these other ones as well. Reaper is eating German/Swiss sausages. Cervelat. Cervelat? I don't know how to pronounce that. Really? The only time I've really had sausages is when I actually visited Germany myself. And that was mainly because I wasn't really entirely sure what to have on the menu, as it were. I was like, I can recognize sausages. So I'll see what they're like. Because if you're going to have sausages from anywhere, Germany is probably one of the places to have them. You know? So I was like, yeah, it was alright. I mean, I'm not a massive fan of sausages in general. Like, I'll have a sausage roll because that's kind of, ingrained into British culture somewhat. But, yeah, it's not my favourite thing to have. Like, I'd rather have a pasty or a pie, as it were. Oh, we've got another thing to float over here. That looks like red smoke for the hiss. Okay. Let's see what's going on up here. Cervelet bocata. Bocata is the things inside bread in Spanish. So that's like anything pastry then. Like, you could have a pan au chocolat, but it's bocata, whatever it is. Bocata. Got the lift up here as well. And we got another collectible. Research and records. The Foundation etchings. My explorations of the Foundation have resulted in yet another mystery, a fascinating series of etchings on large stone tablets. The tablets themselves are likely not native to the Foundation, seeing as they're slabs of sedimentary stone, quite different from the cave's categorization-defying rock. Their placement and form are also too intentional to be naturally occurring, but who braved this place to carry them in, and for what purpose? I discovered a 5-point macro entanglement between the tablets, with a pillar at its center. These links seem to extend beyond our level of consciousness to some astral realm I can't detect. Is Northmore's board somehow tied to all of this? The etchings on these tablets are similarly curious. They differ from the cave paintings in style and technique, so are clearly not of the same origin. Are they the visual narration of some event, or do they indicate intent, a wish, a plan? They only seem to consist of a tree and the pillar, but the sizes of either are inconsistent. What does that signify? I'm missing key pieces of this puzzle, and it's unlikely I'll ever find them. He's got a point. Also... what is that? Oh, right, it's hiss resonance that's causing problems. I just saw like a really rectangular block moving around very strangely. I was like, what on earth? But yeah, it looks like this lift is out of commission somewhat. So see if we can't float back up again. Right, we need to angle it. There we go. I have family in Switzerland. They came a month ago to stay for a few weeks and they left a lot in the freezer. Oh yeah, you mentioned about your cousin. They were coming, like, stopping through on the way traveling. Boccata is basically bread that you open it and put something in to eat. Similar to a sandwich. Right, okay. I think in the UK, we kind of call those types of things like buns or rolls. Because typically what you do with one of those is you would have like a bun baked, but then you split it open, you know, put butter on it, put, you know, sandwich meat, other types of fillings inside, and then eat it. It's not like a loaf of bread, which is usually where you take a slice of it, and then another slice, and then that makes the sandwich. Ah. Hello? Does this go through? No, it doesn't go through. Okay. Destroying all the hiss nodes will lower hiss barriers. I'm sure it will. Oh, you're on the inside. Huh. I actually can't do that. And here's where the other power core is needed. Or at least I think so. No, actually, the power core's on the behind of that, yeah. Okay. So, how do I destroy that barrier? If I can't shoot it, can't launch it, what is solution? Oh, it's just to melee. For some reason, the melee didn't work the first time. Well, alright, well. Can't complain. Ta-da! Is there anything inside this little bit here? There is. How do I get that? Is there a door? Yeah. How do I get this? It's on the other side of a concrete wall, so I can't get it from this floor, it looks like. Unless... Oh, do I need to take the power core away? Oh no, I can't take the power core away. Okay. I guess... get this another time? Strange. Oh well. So... which floor are we on? Floor 5? Floor 6? I guess we're on floor 5. So, similar to a sandwich, but sandwich we call it when you use a pan loaf type of bread, and boccata or boccadillo is with a baguette or a similar type of bread. Yes, a baguette as well. That makes sense. Okay, so this is... in complete darkness. Alright, well. Try going down then. Oh, I saw hiss nodes on the way up. But how do you... I'm I'm not sure how you can time it to destroy them. Right. Try that again. No, murder on floor 5. Floor 6. See, I don't seem to be able to... Yeah. I don't think I can play these hiss nodes out. Strange. Wonder why I was in complete darkness before then. I think I'll have to, like, float my way down to clear out those different hiss barriers. You open the bread instead of cutting slices. You cut the bread lengthwise and then put it in, like in a hot dog. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so that it's basically a type of what we call a bun. Let's see. That brings the lift up. Ah, you can't sneak out. Okay. Why? Okay. See, that time the barriers were, like, turned off entirely, it seemed like. But I know there's definitely a hiss node facing this direction. I don't think I can shoot them through the elevator wall, so... we will have to leave that be. Just double check there's nothing else to do around here. No, like, sneaky exits. There's a control point on the other side of that wall. It's good to know. Alright. Oh. Aha. Well, before we do that, that's going to lead into an astral plane challenge / key to find. This is a jump and float down, it looks like. Alright, well, let's go ahead and do the etching then. Hello. Oh, alright, I was expecting to get transported away. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Was not expecting to see you things around here. Can I heal? I'd like to heal. Knock you out. Oh, God. I actually managed to damage the siren with the crystal formation. Whoa. Run to get health, run to get health, run to get health. I never liked these sirens. Someone did give me tips on how to fight them, but that was a while ago. There we go. Yeah, you run away. Alright, give me some help. We done? We all done? I think we're all done. Okay. Try touching it again. There we go. That's what I was expecting the first time. Our recent confrontation, yelling was an error. We have determined you may have both tools and upgrades. Only because you are the favorite current director. But do not listen or speak to former. You are welcome / grateful. Gee, thanks. Okay. Is it just me, or have these been degrading over time somewhat? Like, the first one we found was a lot more intact compared to the second and third. I create it myself. Let's see. Like making a sculpture. We are nearly whole / fixed. Your trust synergy is appreciated.
Sure changed their tune all of a sudden.
They did, didn't they? That was a very quick turnaround. Sometimes it's quite hard to explain something that's quite common in your country, even has a specific name for it for people of other countries.
They can sort out their own business so long as it doesn't get in my way. Obsessing over these problems is something Trench would do, but I've got my intuition. And you?
True, I was going to say, Polaris is probably the thing that's more likely to help you out with this, Jesse. Alright, well let's go ahead and do a big old float down. Yeah, it's like something like you think is relatively normal to someone in a different community or a different country, different like language kind of thing. It's always going to be like a bit of a culture shock. Like when I mentioned about the pies and the pasties and so on, that is a very British, unique and specific thing. Like we have a chain of bakeries called Greg's. You might have heard Pimmsy mention them a few times. And that's like, Greg's is such an English thing that it's hard to explain why we like it. Because they do pies and pasties and all sorts of unhealthy baked goods from a bakery. So we got the third key there. We didn't actually do anything with the nodes though, with the barriers. So let's see if we can't figure out something to do with them. Because there has to be something to do. It wouldn't make sense to just leave it where it is. And if nothing else, it's a lift, so we can always go all the way down if not. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else English or British specific that people would not understand. I mean, there's quite a lot of things, actually. But I'm talking about mainly food. Like fish and chips. So, fish and chips, I am not a massive fan of... Oh, God. Stop that. English fish and chips, I think, is, like, pretty awful. Because the chips are terrible. And the fish that you get from the fish and chips shops can tend to be kind of like... I don't know, they're cooked in batter, but the batter can be really greasy. And some people would say that's part of the charm, and I'm like, no, that's gross. It's awful. Alright, didn't see a way to do anything with the hiss nodes. Yeah, what's on the other side of here? That's what I want to know. There has to be something on the other side of the warehouse. But I can't see it. We're at the very tallest part of it, though. Can't float up above and over. So I guess we're going to just slowly float down again. I didn't see anything around here. I'll have to come back for that. Oh, okay. Hello. Ooh, bodies are flying, bodies are flying. Get some health. Let her energy recover a bit. And shoot! You're a strong one. Hey, he's dead. Okay. Well, we got the third key around here at least, so let's go back to the crossroads and we'll go ahead. Ooh, I can get new abilities. Sweet. What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? Energy will recover while a shield is active. Yes. Do that. I'm not using the shield that much, but better to have that ability than not. Alright, let's go back to the crossroads. Here we go. For example, as I told before, I've got family in Switzerland, and they told my mother to buy some medicine because they don't have them there. When I was with her, she went to the pharmacy, and what I think is that what they don't have there is the brand, nor the medicine. They associated the effects of the medicine to the brand and call that medicine with the name of the brand. As much as they don't what the medicine is made, but they don't want any medicine that can do that. They want that brand. Yeah, it's like paracetamol as a medication works regardless of the box it comes in, right? But there are some people like, oh no, I absolutely must have this version of it. It's just like, no, it's all the same. It's the same stuff.
So did you find anything noteworthy? The original Bureau expedition down here left so much interesting stuff behind.
Like their ID cards. I picked up a weird one. It's pretty old.
Oh wow, look at that. Yeah, I found a few ID cards myself. Or, more accurately, the Rangers found them for me.
Are you starting a collection?
I'm going for the whole set. I kid, of course. But I suppose they are sort of like baseball cards, except for Bureau stuff from the 60s. Hey, the one you found is different than mine. It looks like it's a higher clearance level.
Ooh.
A rare one, then.
Holographic.
Emily?
Yeah, I absolutely do. But I think you should hang on to it for now. High clearance access might come in handy.
Sounds like you have something in mind.
Guilty. See, I've been going through Dr. Ash's notes, or the ones I can find anyway. Like Darling, he seemed to enjoy hiding his most relevant research. From what I gather, there is another floor beneath the warehouse with a special lab that requires 5 high-level staff members just to access. Here, take this. It's an old skeleton key.
Ooh.
Something else the Rangers found.
Okay.
I give them $5 for every useful trinket they bring me.
I'm gonna assume this key is my ticket to that lower floor. And that super secret lab you mentioned.
Bingo bango, as Dr. Darling used to say. But keep your eyes peeled for more ID cards around the warehouse.
Well, I found
If
3.
Ash's notes are reliable, and I'm sure they are, then 5 is the magic number.
So is my quest going to update to say I've already found some of those? Yes. Okay, well let's go back to the warehouse then. Try and find some more of those ID cards. I'm hoping some of them will be in... I'm hoping some of them will be in the locked room that we now have the key for it. The only changes to the medicine can be the way you take it, maybe a pill or a different way, the flavor, things like that. The basic component that does the effects will be the same, even if the name is different. Yeah, like there's an ibuprofen brand in the UK at least that's called Nurofen, and it's like it's quite standardized commercial medicine. I think is the best way to describe it. But it's also like supposedly like one of the leading brands. And yet, it's just like, well, why don't you just get the pharmacy's own ibuprofen? Because that does the same thing. Like, there's no need to worry about getting that particular style. You know? Ooh, hello.
Another one of those ID cards.
That's 4.
Security chief.
Ooh. Arish, you got a promotion. Is this an ID card? No. Meteor Hill Summary. So we found the supplement first. Meteor Hill Summary, AWE3. So this has also been archived as well. This paradimensional occurrence consisted of 3 sequential sinkholes induced by subterranean implosions revealing foreign material of magmatic qualities. A local chapter of the Youth Science League were participating in an archaeological dig on the hill when the event occurred. Many boys were injured in the resulting collapse. Some touched the magma directly and smugly refused to describe what it felt like. Bureau agents arrived at the scene 7 days after the incident. Samples of the lava-like material were taken. The area was quickly sealed off from the public at our recommendation. Our aim was to ensure all remnants of the material were rendered inoffensive, but the magma descended too deeply into the earth to retrieve. Foul-smelling odors were detected in the area, which were hypothesized being the dissipated element's vapor trail left at the scene. All acquired material was delivered to Washington for examination in the Bureau's on-site laboratories. Alright. I'm going to have to keep an eye out for more of these holes in the walls now. Because there's got one more left to find. And this is the skeleton key. Hey, is that the last one?
For an
Nice.
excavation engineer. Why
Sweet.
did so many people abandon their carts down here?
That is a very good question. That does not, like, bode well. Huh. Oh, I have to figure out... I have to figure out who does what. Okay. And where it goes. Okay.
From
So-
the layer of dust on this place, nobody's swept here in years.
Yeah,
Not
I'm
even-
gonna have to read the notes. Alright. So, collectibles. Correspondence. Ash, request denied. Dr. Ash, as Chief Excavation Officer, it's my job to support the research team, so I got you your machine for that ridiculous sand research project. However, it's also my responsibility to ensure the safety of my crew. You know how many trips it took to get an entire bulldozer down here piece by piece? And do you know how many of my guys we lost in those trips? Here's a hint. Too fucking many. They lost people moving a bulldozer here? Wow. Which brings me to my point. I'm writing you today because of this request form that has just landed on my desk. Apparently, you want a lightweight 1 or 2 man military-grade helicopter for the purpose of surveying the vast expanse of columns by air. I bet you didn't even stop to wonder how much time, money, effort, and blood this toy would cost us. Well, no, sir. I am sorry, but I will not subject my men to another month of marching through that death trap upstairs. For Christ's sake, these people have families, not that they ever get to see them anymore. Request denied. Lewis McNary. He sounds actually kind of reasonable. You know?
Ati. No way he'd stand for this.
So, I'm
There's
going to
an
have to figure out...
elevator, which I'm sure is super safe. In a space in each terminal for an ID card. Which card goes where?
Use the contextual clues on the desks to figure out. Emily. Jesse. Emily. The people, the Reaper's family wanted the brand called Flumil, a brand that's basically acetylcysteine. It's something to know loosen to thick mucus. Here we have what will be branded, that the medicine has a brand name or something, and then we have the generics. The generics is basically a box or something similar with the medicine, which will be the generic name of the medicine. Yeah, it's like the pharmacy's own ibuprofen. It just says ibuprofen on the box. It doesn't have a fancy made-up name that tries to make it sound better than what it already is. You know? And you don't need to. You just get that. Like, it works the same. You know? Right, so obviously this is for the cartographer. So that would be Marcus Talbot. This one looks like an engineering. So excavation engineer. Yep. Newton's cradle means that this one's the physicist. So that's Dr. Gustav Frenzel. This one looks like a tinkerer. So I guess that would be the head of research. And then this one would probably be the security chief, right? Is that correct? Did I get that right? No? Okay. So what am I saying? So that guy's gun. So maybe it's the other way around. Security chief feels like they deal with the guns more than someone else.